Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I mean, Fuego here.
I'm Mahalo.
And we're here to do something a little special, you guys. We're going to be reviewing a horror-themed CD, or a Halloween-themed CD, as you can see. And it is more music that is like akin to scores than anything else. It is provided by none other than people that have been around in the genre for a very long time that go by the name of the Midnight Syndicate. And I've known about them for probably about 20 years at this point.
Longer
because,
than me.
yeah, because they've honestly had their music in stores. Well, I mean, it's got to be just about 20 years, if not 20 years, because they've been in Halloween-themed stores across the country for a very long time, including, some of the tracks on this. This is more of a compilation CD.
It is indeed.
It collects some tracks from some of their other albums, but they're all definitely appropriately on a Halloween-themed CD.
Yeah, you could throw this on at your party for Halloween, and everybody would be like, damn, I feel like I'm in this scenario, or I'm in that scenario, or whatever you're encountering. I mean, it's very atmospheric, and cheers to the composers for that, right?
Absolutely. So we'll do this kind of like we do our normal movie reviews. We'll talk about our overall thoughts. We'll talk about the specific parts of the music that we liked. We'll talk about perhaps what they evoked when we were listening and things like that. So, we haven't really done, I haven't been a part of a CD review. I think you've done something akin to it on the Crossing the Streams.
Yeah, we don't approach it in quite the same way, since it's just, from an audio standpoint as opposed to a visual standpoint. But, I mean, nonetheless, this is music that invokes imagery. Seriously, it does.
It's something you see immediately when you hear the first couple of chords struck on each one of the songs. You feel this sense of, this is the scenario this song fits into.
And generally, you can be very accurate with your portrayals if you're good at sort of, because I happen to be good at picturing myself and pulling up horror scenarios because that's what I've done my whole life, but this made it that much easier. There's tracks on here that are evocative of other soundtracks. Like the first track is evocative of the sort of Exorcist or Halloween sort of beats.
It's like a combination and an explosion of both.
But before we get into it more in depth like that, I will say overall, this CD is amazing for both, atmospheric purposes. Like Fuego said, if you're in a party or if you're throwing a party, throw this thing on and you're going to sort of have people like, oh man, this is cool. It reminds me of this, or it reminds me of that. And it puts people in that Halloween spirit for sure.
So calls them to pause for a reason.
Yeah. I think it was extraordinarily successful in that capacity. So my overall review is I absolutely love this CD. Fuego?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Or album, I should say.
Album, yeah. This collection is great. Halloween music collection. Midnight Syndicate, fantastic. Once again, it evokes mood. It builds tension where it needs to, and you're just kind of transported to specific horrific scenarios, and it's dope for the fact that it's able to do that so precisely. Yeah,
it fits in pretty tight on anything you can imagine. It almost pulls up movie scenes reminiscent of how you feel. You can feel things from that person hiding, waiting for the villain to come out, or maybe that person watching the villain drag a body across the field to bury it. You just feel that the minute you listen to each one of these tracks. It evokes that feeling of that scenario, and it helps with the ambiance of the area that you're partying in.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very, very much so compositions that are score-like for that reason. It's like something that could be used for a film. And shit, didn't these guys do Dungeons and Dragons music?
They did. They did the official Dungeons and Dragons accompanying CD for the role-playing game, I believe.
Not surprised.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll roll a D20.
Because it does have a gothic, almost medievalness to it at times, or at least a period specificness. But I mean, they jump all around. There's stuff that has sensibilities to 50s or early 1900s or whatever. They definitely they keep it classic and contemporary depending on the song.
One of the biggest compliments I can pay this CD is that, something that you don't really get that much. I do because I listen to a lot of movie scores, but those are tied to specific films. Now, this, I believe, maybe a good way to put it is it encourages imaginative creativity. It encourages and it rewards people taking a bit of time thinking like, okay, what kind of scene would this play out in? And if you do that, you have fun, like what we did. We ended up making a bit of a game of it, like where we would each tell each other what that particular song was reminiscent of, and if one of us gave a better, it's like sort of playing golf with in that one, in like, best ball. You're playing best ball, where you're all taking a swing at what the song sounds like to you. And like whichever one is the best, we're like, okay, let's go with that thread.
That's the one we roll with.
Yeah.
Let's see what the scenario plays out in this situation.
Exactly.
And yet, while there were some that were debatable, there were others where it was like unanimous consent about, okay, this is the score for this.
Right.
It's that deliberate too in the way the musicians write each song. It's not something that's just, let's put horror sounds together. It puts a couple screams and a couple doors shutting. No, it's much more. Each song is
we had some sound effects though.
Oh, there's sound effects.
There are.
It's not just haphazardly thrown together.
No.
There's a meaning, a rhythm, and a rhyme to each single one of the songs to make you feel a certain way about each one. And that's what sets it apart from the typical thing you buy at the dollar store that you would just get for your party.
Or even, God forbid, Spirit Store, which is really more so ambient noise and sounds than actual
Well, that's what I love,
music,
but that's what's so cool. I was there literally this year at the Spirit Store picking up costume parts, and I checked, and there they are, sitting there in the CD racks at the Spirit Store, still going strong. And I'm like, dude, these guys are awesome. I even honestly, I told the lady, I was like, I'm actually in contact with these guys. They've allowed us to use some of the music on the channel, but I told them I would be doing reviews. They gave us a Christmas collection, so we'll review that in December. And then they gave us 2 other ones as well, the Dungeons and Dragons one, as well as another compilation of theirs.
Another just more like standard compilation, which
exactly.
is in a similar vein and really damn good.
Really damn good, exactly. So this is just another shining example of what they can do, you guys, and it is perfect for the Halloween time. So, we'll be linking to this. I know we're getting to this a bit late in the Halloween month, but it's definitely worth it for you guys to know about this CD, because if you're true fans of Halloween, then you're probably true fans of horror, or horror adjacent things, and then you can probably find more reasons to have a CD like this going, or an album like this going, at other parts of the year than just October.
Oh yeah, like I used the Army of the Dead song on the biggest Hail to Stephen King episode ever. So it's an awesome track. It evokes almost bits of Army of Darkness, like that lumbering, trudging kind of,
An Army of the Dead.
Yeah, more or less, as the song was properly titled.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just for Halloween anymore, for any special occasion that you could find a reason that you need some weird ambient music to get you set up for the night.
Yep, exactly.
Because it's Halloween year-round for us.
Go with
Go with Christ, Brad.
What?
What? He's like, that's the opposite of what we're talking about.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, Eric Cartman.
But yeah, you guys, the Midnight Syndicate Halloween CD is Halloween album. I need to get out. I've been using it as a CD because I'm a little old school, as it were. But
hey, I like tangible.
It is on my phone. I would be lying if I didn't say I copied it onto my iTunes and threw it on my phone.
It's on my laptop. Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. But I'm allowed to do that. I own the CDs, so
it was a gracious gift from them. They sent us all those CDs, out of the kindness of their hearts, which was awesome.
Yeah, and I frankly, when I can't remember. I submitted something to them. I just emailed them out of the blue saying, hey guys, if there's any chance you'd ever want to do something on the channel, please let me know. And they contacted us back and were like, well, if you'd like to use some of the music, we can talk about that and how we can do it and stuff. So, I haven't used their music as much as I'd like, because it takes a lot of work putting together all the lower thirds if I want to use multiple tracks. And some people get frustrated just listening to one track over and over, but I'm going to work that out. I'm going to use more of it again, because god damn, is it really good music.
Yeah, all their stuff
for a horror channel. It's freaking amazing.
It's a gold mine.
It really is. Any other thoughts on it, Mahala?
I feel like you had something.
I feel like it's perfect for any situation you're going to put yourself into. Like, there's more than just Halloween, and there's more than just simple videos you want to put up. I mean, if you want to scare the crap out of somebody, you can use it as a prank too. You bring them into your house and they set it up as a haunted house. It's so much more than what it's capable of being.
Which is a passion of yours, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So this kind of thing speaks to me. This is what I would choose on a daily basis. I love scaring everybody in my neighborhood and around me. There's just such a great feeling to watch them jump.
Yeah.
And this CD definitely helps.
It's like, I want you to be scared of me.
Well, it's amazing. There's 22 tracks, and all of them evoked a particular scene
specific
or
feel.
something. Like,
Yeah.
I remember something you said. You were in the first few bars or something. You're like, "Oh, this is like walking out onto the farm and stuff." And then,
Like
not
the
long
fog
after that,
on
there
the
was
farm.
crows. That were supposed to be scared away on the farm by the scarecrows, but they weren't. And it's like there was a time like, "Oh, well, this would be." When the woman is exploring the haunted house, but nothing's really happened just yet. But it's like eerie atmosphere. Like
Once
it's
again,
so
the
easy to
tension and
place.
the mood.
It's so well done that it's so easy to place. Like it gives you a perfect picture of what's going on just with the bars from the music. You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
a darker reading Rainbow on tape. It just sets the situation up for you.
Yeah.
And let your mind run wild because
let that butterfly touch the sky.
If you guys have any horror books or horror comics or anything like that to read, get this and throw it on in the background,
add it
man.
onto it, yeah,
For real.
exactly.
It can only enhance your
vocals,
experience.
Really. There's like
no
some
vocals.
gothic choir, like orchestra
Here
type
it's
stuff,
sprinkled about, but
it only
ambiance.
enhances the mood that they're going for in that particular song.
It does, and I mean, there's lots of like gothic organ and strings and. Damn, but it's just so ambient and so awesomely done.
Right.
It'll definitely
even when it's
add.
minimalistic, it's still really good. If it's just a little piano melody, that just kind of.
Yeah, we gotta at least shout out the track that I love so much that got you too. That felt like essentially a haunted nursery.
Oh yeah,
That do.
Anything using the xylophone, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I'll pull
instantly
that up
creepy.
right then. Yeah, because that's worth it, man.
Yeah.
That song's amazing.
So I guess what we're all saying, Midnight Syndicate, is damn good job, guys.
Yeah,
Damn good
hell yeah.
job.
Amen.
Bully.
So you guys
Bully,
make sure
bully.
you support Midnight Syndicate. The link is down in the description box below if you want to support them. Click that link. Go and get all of their stuff. Connect with them on their social medias. Spread the word. They actually just did a stint at a park, I believe, across the country that had like a horror run. I don't know, it wasn't like Not Scary Farm or anything like that. It was a park like that they were performing at for the whole season. So hopefully you guys got to take part in that if you're in that area. But Midnight Syndicate is amazing. So make sure you support them any way that you can and get a copy of this album to make sure you can enjoy Halloween and other seasons of the year just right.
Yes,
Not
exactly.
just for the scary time of year anymore.
We're talking yeet.
Oh, God,
Get
sorry.
those demons out.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
those demons out.
Oh,
Sorry
the
about that.
demons, the vipers.
All right, guys.
Children.
So, let us know if you've listened to the Midnight Syndicate before, or pause this video, go listen to some Midnight Syndicate on YouTube
Now.
or whatever you want, and or iTunes, or purchase the album and just listen to it that
Give
way,
them money.
as you
I think
should.
that's better.
And then come back here and comment and let us know what you think. But until next time, thanks very much. I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, Honey and Fuego.
I've been Mahalo.
And remember, stay scared!